Hi everybody, I promise this is the last time I make a video about confiscation, and this is one of the important ones. I wanted to make sure hopefully you guys don't miss out on this one. And this is primarily on what Rawdog said about confiscation, or what he asked about confiscation, and what Mike Maloney says in his book about confiscation. And Mike Maloney has a lot of credit in this world. Not only is he a spokesman for gold and silver, but he travels globally around the world to big investors and seminars and things of that. Talk to them about why gold and silver is probably the best investment around in today's world, with all the governments printing record amounts of money and record amounts of debt. That gold and silver is a very, very wise investment today. Now, Rawdog mentioned a little bit confiscation. It was a very interesting question, and I did not know how to find it online. And I'm sure he didn't either, which is why he asked a very simple question. And see if you guys, anybody can please comment if you can come up with the answer. How many times in history did a government or empires seize precious metals from their citizens, or I call them peasants, as he used as well? In my eyes, there's two differences for the same person. We are citizens to our country. We are peasant to the government. Sounds pretty rude, doesn't it? Calling yourself peasant doesn't sound very tasteful in the mouth. But that's what we are. We're peasants. Okay. And that's the question he asked. How many times in history has the government or empire taken precious metals from their citizens or peasants? Well, I couldn't find out the answer to that. All I know is America 1933. It's a good question. Book time. I'm going to read what he says about it, and you guys can make your own assessment and comment on it and take it from there. This is his personal view on it. Remember when we talked about how the U.S. government made private ownership of gold illegal in 1933? Well, if you don't think that can happen again, think again. It all comes down to this. The government makes the rules, changes the rules, and enforces the rules. Although it lacks the moral right, it can create legal authority. Although it lacks the constitutional empowerment, it can turn a blind eye to the Constitution. The Constitution says only gold and silver coin can be money in the United States. Yet they outlawed money and stuck us with currency. The Constitution did not stop the government from taking people's gold in 1933. If the government chooses to outlaw private gold ownership again, there will be unfortunately nothing you and I can be able to do about it. Then it goes on a little bit about coin dealers, local coin dealers. I just want to bring this part up about if you go there and ask for, if they say these gold coins are non-confiscatable coins, or exempt from confiscation, there's no such coin. The government can take any coin it wants. You should know that, don't be silly. Most likely they probably won't for major coin collection. As for history, I heard that the government may not care for that type of buoyant to melt down into bars, but if it's that desperate, they're going to have to use everything. But I'm sure they're probably going to go for the gold eagles and maple leaves and cougarangs and all that other stuff first, before they go for the pre-1933 gold coins that were actually used by people as part of history. So that's not going to be the first thing they're going to hunt for. But then again, you never know. But anyway, back to the book. Just a little bit more. That's a little bit more about that. Okay. Then he goes back. Could the government naturalize gold and outlaw its use in private ownership again? Absolutely. Is it likely? Who cares? Not me. I don't worry about it. I plan on it. And if it happens, I'm already covered my bases. But if it doesn't happen, well, that's even better. The government will only naturalize gold and silver if people are asking for them in payment. If people are asking for gold and silver in payment, it means that they are the midst of hyperinflation. It means that we are in the midst of hyperinflation, excuse me. If we are in hyperinflation, the vast bulk of the wealth transfer will have already occurred. And it will have been mind-boggling huge. So just tell the government, just sell your government your precious metals and buy something tangible right away, like lots of property, before the currency becomes worthless. I got a little stuck because there was a proof here somewhere I wanted to read that was very interesting, because it goes back to the coin dealer selling you non-confiscatory, trying to, that he doesn't like to use the word confiscation. He uses the word naturalization or outlawing, because that's basically what it really was. It was outlawing citizens, and we had to turn it in. Okay, so that's Mike Maloney's view, and even he tells you in the book to dump it before they take it. Okay, no paradigm shift. Hold on. Am I going to listen to this? Am I going to gamble on it? Probably. Unless they can take a house, buy me a house, or buy the intangibles that I'm looking for, then I'll trade before it. Maybe way before it. But if it doesn't happen, will I gamble on it? Yeah, I will. If they take it, they take it. What can you do? They stole all my wealth then, but I won't be the only person. So that's the last part of the confiscation, and I hope you understand that a little bit better, or just have them outright outlawing it from us. We won't even use the word confiscation. We'll just use the word outlawing, that we're no longer legal to own these metals, even though our Constitution says it's the only thing that should and better be money in this country. Our found fathers knew exactly what money was, what it needs to be, and it's just not it. Sad to say, but I do believe one day we will go back to that. We have to go back to that. Our Constitution says we have to go back to that, so that we will go back to money. And that's another reason why gold and silver has never stopped being money. It's in the Constitution. Another one fact. Keep it going, Mike. What the fact says, real money. Everybody enjoy. See you soon.